unexplained numbness, a loss of coordination, and a plethora of symptoms without any explanation. Christina Applegate opened up about the multiple sclerosis warning signs she missed. In 2021, Christina Applegate announced that she had been diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, also known as MS, and production on the third season Dead to Me stopped for several months. Applegate has since revealed that she missed some early warning signs of the condition, as she had no idea they were symptoms of MS at the time. Multiple sclerosis is an autoimmune disease in which the immune system attacks the central nervous system, per Mayo Clinic. This causes the protective layers around the nerves to deteriorate, making it difficult for a person's brain to communicate with the rest of their body. This can lead to symptoms such as numbness, lack of coordination, loss of vision, slurred speech, dizziness, and fatigue. While there are different types of MS, most people will go through periods of new or worsening symptoms followed by periods of remission. The average age of onset is between 20 and 40 years, and women are 2 to 3 times more likely to develop MS. While there's no cure for MS, treatment focuses on managing symptoms and slowing the progression of the illness. According to the National Multiple Sclerosis Society, over 1 million American adults live with MS. Reflecting on her diagnosis, Applegate revealed that while filming the first season of Dead to Me, she started losing her balance during a dance scene, per the New York Times. Later, she noticed the same thing while playing tennis. Numbness and tingling in her limbs continued for several years, until she was diagnosed with MS during the production of the Netflix show's third and final season. However, Applegate didn't realize these were symptoms of MS at the time. Pausing production on Dead to Me allowed Applegate to deal with her diagnosis. As she told the New York Times, there was the sense of, well, let's get her some medicine so she can get better. And there is no better, but it was good for me. I needed to process my loss of my life, my loss of that part of me, so I needed that time. In the same interview, Applegate revealed that returning to filming and finishing the final season of Dead to Me was the hardest thing she's ever done. However, the actor wanted to allow fans to say goodbye to the show and its characters. Applegate isn't the only person to have had a difficult time recognizing symptoms of multiple sclerosis. According to a 2021 study published in Neurology, it can take years for MS to be diagnosed, which is likely related to the complexity of the disease. A Hartford Healthcare MS specialist, Brian Wong, MD, explains that symptoms of MS are often misinterpreted as being caused by other medical conditions or life events. For example, the fatigue, muscle aches, and cognitive impairment that are commonly associated with MS can also be observed in individuals who are sleep deprived or working at physically strenuous jobs.
Everyone's symptoms are different. Everyone's experience with it is different. Every day is different.
What makes MS even more challenging to diagnose is how drastically symptoms can also vary from person to person, since MS can occur anywhere in the central nervous system. For instance, alongside mobility and sensory changes, individuals may experience depression, bowel problems, and sexual difficulties in the early stages of the disease. Having an early multiple sclerosis diagnosis is crucial, as MS can be slowed in its progression if it's identified and treated early. By sharing her diagnosis, Applegate has helped raise awareness of the disease, which could increase the chances of an earlier diagnosis in others, despite the disorder's complexity. According to Healthline, anyone who experiences abnormal symptoms that could be related to MS should seek medical attention from their doctor immediately, especially if they have a family member with the condition. A few months after her own diagnosis, Applegate wrote on Twitter, "I turned 50 today, and I have MS. It's been a hard one. Many are hurting today, and I am thinking of you. May we find that strength to lift our heads up."